This episode of the Young Turks brought to you by Thrillist. We've got some good news for you guys if you're in the oil business. Turns out profits are massively up. Shocking, I know. First of all, in the last year, it turns out Exxon is breaking records all over again. They made $30 billion in income. $30 billion. The top three oil companies are actually among the top five most profitable companies in the world. When you put Chevron and ConocoPhillips into the mix, in 2010 they made $60.9 billion in profits. Now, if all they're doing is making money and they have got nothing to do with us and our money, God bless, have at it, Hoss. It's a free country, it's a free world, right? The problem is they're taking enormous subsidies from us to the tune of $4 billion a year, at least $40 billion over 10 years, and they're not paying royalty rights for some of the oil that they're getting out of the Gulf. That's our oil, and they put a loophole in there so that they don't have to pay royalty rights. It's a crime how much money they're taking from us. It's crazy, right? So, the Democrats proposed a bill to at least just take away $1.8 billion of those subsidies. The Republicans voted it down. All 234 Republicans voted against it, and 7 Democrats also voted against it. They said, no, these guys are not making enough money. By the way, Exxon also just reported profits for this last quarter in 2011. In one quarter alone, their profits are up, I believe, 71%. And you know how much they made? They made $10 billion. Every day it goes up and up and up, and they keep taking subsidies from us, and they keep not paying royalty rights in the Gulf. It's sick, man. Okay, so why? Why does it happen that way? Oh, here it is. Yeah, $10.7 billion. And by the way, BP also made $7.1 billion in the last quarter. And they're the ones that had to pay all that money for the spill in the Gulf. They still made over $7 billion in profits, okay? So now, I wonder why these guys make all this money, get all these subsidies when they are already incredibly profitable. They don't need our help in drilling. When you ask the Republicans, they say, they need incentives to drill. How about $30 billion in profits? That's not incentive enough? I thought they believed in the free market. They don't believe in the free market. They believe in getting bought and doing whatever their bosses tell them. So let's show you. The Republicans have put together a new task force. It's called House Energy Action Team. It spells out HEAT. Ooh. There are 26 House Republicans on it, and they are all for expanding oil and gas drilling and protecting the subsidies of the oil companies. Shocking. Who could have guessed? Well, guess what? How much money HEAT got, so these 26 guys got, for their task force on energy from the oil companies? $4 million. Look, you can go through the whole list. Kevin McCarthy, $142,000. Roscom, $153,000. Marshall Blackburn, $170,000. Shelley Moore Capito, $343,000. Mike Conaway from Texas, $678,000. And the list goes on and on. It's a task force to give the oil companies a rub and tug. Okay? They're like, what do you need, sir? You pay us and we get you the money. And if you're the oil companies, what a wonderful investment. Wouldn't you do it? You say you give these guys $4 million? What a joke. You get back $4 billion in subsidies. You see, that's how our system gets bought. The reason I obsess so much about oil is because it's a perfect microcosm of everything else that happens in our political system, where our politicians don't give a damn about ideology or policy or ideas. All they care about is who's paying me. Now, to further that point, when you look at all the Republicans who voted for these oil subsidies, they get 5 times as much money from oil and gas as the people who voted against it. What a coinkydink. Who could have figured? In sum, in 2010, they got $8.7 million in campaign contributions from oil and gas interests in 2010, the members who voted against taking away the subsidies. So you vote for the oil companies, you get $8.7 million in total. Well, and by the way, the guys who voted to take away the subsidies also got $1.2 million. They're like, I don't know, just in case they vote for us. But not nearly as much as other guys. We give them 5 times as much or more. By the way, 16 out of the 18 House members that received over $100,000 in campaign contributions from the oil industry voted to block the debate on oil subsidies. That's how our system works. That's why it's deeply corrupt. That's why we have to change it. That's not a conservative position. That's not a liberal position. That's a position we should all agree on. And now we have a new sponsor, Thrillist. They're very cool because they hook you up with really interesting things going on in your town or any town you might be in that you don't know about.
Right. They also let you know where the best restaurants, bars, venues are.
Thrillist.com/TYT.